Cherabo, and welcome once again to another edition of our Monday Motivation. Hope you are inspired, motivated, energized. I hope you are excited about the new week, because you know what? Every new day, every new week creates a new opportunity for you to arise, to actualize your goals, your potential, and your aspirations. So today I'm going to be sharing with us about how to get the most out of your day. The reality is that most of us want to be sure that we're doing the most important things, that we are achieving the highest results, that we are getting a high return on our investment of time, energy, and resources. But that doesn't happen automatically. Sometimes we do get in the rat race of trying to hit the target, trying to accomplish so many things, and at the end of the day, you are exhausted, but you literally cannot articulate what you were able to accomplish. I know the frustration that comes from coming home tired and not being able to articulate that one thing you accomplished for the day. So today I want to share with us 5 things you can do to get the most out of your day. The first thing that you can do to get the most out of your day is plan. It's important for you to have a plan for your day. When I talk about planning, it's about scheduling. It's about working with a to-do list, and basically just working through what are the most important things I need to do today. What are the meetings I have? Who do I need to call? What are the schedules? I don't know about you, but when I don't write down things, I forget them. So the one critical way for me to be able to stay on track, to stay on top of my game, is to be able to write down the things that are very important for me. So having a plan for the day before you hit the road running, ensure that you have a plan. Ensure that you have taken the time to think through what you are going to do, where you need to be at what time, so you don't even lose a track of your meetings and the different schedules. We are in an era of Zoom, and you can be overwhelmed with Zoom meetings, that if you don't schedule them right, you might forget some of them. So have a plan for the day. If you're going to have a productive day, begin with a plan. Without a plan, you are sure to have a frustrated day, because what's going to happen is that you're going to run from one thing to another. You're going to attend to the most pressing, the most loud, the most urgent thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean those are the most important things you need to attend to. The second thing about how to get the most out of your day is to prioritize. It's not enough for you to have a plan. You must have your priorities right. Now, before I used to focus on to-do lists and probably had a list of 8 or 10 things I wanted to accomplish in a day. And oftentimes I would keep carrying forward a lot of tasks because it wasn't done. And then I discovered the aspect of prioritizing, where you basically focus on 2 to 3 core tasks for the day. When you focus on the most important tasks for the day and get them done, especially at the start of the day, you will go home feeling very fulfilled, even if your entire to-do list wasn't checked off. So beginning your day with a clear sense of what's the most important thing I need to do, what's the most important task I need to attend to, and what's that one thing that if I accomplish it, I can go home and sleep in peace. The reality is oftentimes we're going to have a lot more to do than the time we have. So prioritize, know what is the most important thing for you, and then focus on those at the start of your day. Coupled with that is for you to be able to segment your day into intervals, so that you know, kind of prioritizing your most important tasks come into the first intervals of your day, and then you begin to phase out as the day goes by. The third thing you can do to get the most out of your day is to pause and reflect. If you are a high energy person like I am, you are going to be prone to run through the day from one task to another, from one thing to another, jumping from here to there. But that doesn't mean you're actually on track. In the midst of that energy, sometimes you end up getting caught up in things that you didn't plan for, things you didn't schedule for, things that you did not intend to do, and oftentimes things that are not the most important. So being able to stop in between your scheduled intervals to ask yourself, how am I faring? How am I delivering? Am I still on track? Am I doing the most important things first and then moving into the other things? Pause and reflect. Don't just run through the day, because when you run through the day, you're going to stop and reflect at the end of the day, only to realize the most important things never got done. Reflecting, pausing and reflecting helps you to recalibrate, to know, okay, maybe I went off track, maybe I got sidetracked, now I can get back on track. When you don't pause to reflect, you're going to run through your day, and then at the end of the day, probably be frustrated that you didn't do the most important thing. The other thing you can do, the first thing you can do in getting the most out of your day, I know it doesn't sound right, but learn to postpone. When I talk about prioritizing, know what needs to be done. The reality is you're always going to have so much to do. So know when to postpone certain things. Not everything has to fit in your day. My biggest frustration used to be that I wanted to do everything in one day. However, I never completed my list or most of the times, and this was very frustrating. So being able to know this can be pushed to tomorrow, this can be pushed to Wednesday, sometimes it would be a Monday and I have a deadline for maybe next week, and I'm really fussing about it when I still have an entire 14 days to work on that deadline. So no one needs to be postponed. That alone will relieve you of pressure. That will relieve you of, this internal anxiety to want to work through the task. And you see, when you're anxious, when you're stressed out, the reality is that you're going to give minimum effort to the most important things. And then you're going to come up with mediocre results. You're going to come up with half-baked results. Why? Because you're not focusing on the task at hand. You are trying to mentally work through the list. So know when to postpone and know which things you need to prioritize. That at the end of the day, if you accomplish 2 or 3 most important things, I guarantee you're going to feel very fulfilled and very satisfied in your results. The last thing you can do in getting the most out of your day is to partner. Now, I know that many of us kind of walk through our tasks thinking, I need to get this thing done. I need to do it, and I need to do it by myself. The reality is you don't always have to do it yourself. We work with people, we work in teams, and oftentimes we forget to leverage the strength around us. Before you embark on a task that you feel is so exhausting and overwhelming, stop and ask yourself, is there somebody I can partner with to make this lighter? Is there somebody I can work with to make this faster? Is there somebody who understands this task better than I do, and they could be helpful in ensuring that I get it done in the shortest time possible, in the most efficient way? Learning to leverage other people's strengths, learning to collaborate, learning to partner will enable you to achieve way much more than when you try to do everything by yourself. If you are a team leader, learn to schedule brainstorm sessions with your team just to bounce off ideas. I guarantee you, it's much easier to bounce off ideas than to try and figure out everything by yourself. So 5 things you can do to get the most out of your day. Number 1, start with a plan. Have a plan for the day. Number 2, prioritize. Know what are the most 2 or 3 tasks that must be done that day, and if you accomplish them, you will go home feeling very fulfilled. Number 3, remember to schedule your days into phases, and then to pause and reflect in between the breaks to ensure that you are on track and doing the most important things. And then number 4, learn to postpone. Not everything has to be done in a single day. Focus on the most important things and then schedule the other things to fit into the other days. And number 5, remember to partner. You don't always have to do it by yourself. You can leverage other people's strength so you accomplish way much more in a shorter time, but also using less energy. My name is Noel Chirawa. Have a blessed day and a blessed week. I'm happy to keep the conversations going online. God richly bless you.